Hello to everyone that downloaded a game to kill zombies with math on the toilet and is now ready to start Season 4. This is an overview of Season 4 of Last War Survival. We're going to walk through a number of topics today. Some of them will allude to future topics that will be covered, but for now, let's get into it. First, the overall and the usual, the things that we do every start of the season. The map transitions 10 minutes after reset, so that makes sure you want to be on at reset if at all possible. What you'll want to do is hit a Doom Walker in those 10 minutes before reset because that'll get you that purple hero or purple survivor. And then once reset happens, you want to hit only 190 Doom Walkers or better for the remainder of the season for your first kill of Doom Walkers every day. We'll get into that a little more and what the math says about that. Next, it's going to be Monday, so it's Versus Day, which is radar missions. You want to save those. Do not pop them at reset. Wait until the map transitions. The reason for that is one of the seasonal events, is triggered off of radar missions. You want to have those radar missions ready and available. And then remember, this is something that many do every week, every season restarts. So we just want to make sure quartz workshops, do not level them max. You want to level them evenly. And if you get the weekly pass, which gives you the fifth quartz workshop, do not upgrade it until you have unlocked the other four quartz workshops. So typically how that works, raise one workshop to 10 or 15, unlocks the next workshop, raise that one to 10 or 15, that unlocks the next workshop, so forth and so on. Until you've unlocked all four workshops, do not try to max them out. Each level gives the exact same amount of quartz, so you're not benefiting by spending resources upgrading one super high while leaving the others low. You want those even. Now, the things about Season 4, some of the terminology changes between Season 4 and previous seasons. Instead of the Soil Wars or the Gold Dust Wars, we are now looking at the Copper Wars. So, copper will be the thing that alliances fight over in the seasonal events. Stone is now the new base material that you use to build the Quartz Workshop, which are the base seasonal buildings that build the resources that you then use to get the quartz, which is used to build the optoelectric labs. Optoelectric labs are the new virus resistance provider. Those are the things you want to get to level 30. As a reminder, even those your base buildings can now reach level 35. Seasonal buildings cap out at level 30. Quartz workshops are the base seasonal buildings. Optoelectric labs gives the virus resistance, as we covered. Part 2. There's a change now in season 4 from season 2 and 3. The season 2 had the personal furnace. Season 3 didn't have that type of feature. Season 4 brings it back in a manner of the lighthouse. However, that is now a new building. In season 2 with the personal furnace, that was the thing that gave virus resistance. The lighthouse does not. So it's going to be important to build your lighthouse as soon as you can, but you don't want to upgrade it until after the optoelectric lab is level 30. So when you see the new lighthouse being available, do build it, but then do not upgrade it. Leave it at level 1 until your optoelectric lighthouse is max level. And again, this map's going to be dark. The lighthouse is going to be giving you light. The lighthouse also has 4 zombie generators. These may or may not have building levels. If they have building levels, just build them to level 1 until all of your base seasonal buildings are maxed out. Otherwise, it may be that there's a event where you have to go out and capture zombies for each of the zombie power generators. The big thing is, again, these buildings on this slide, you do not want to upgrade them until your optoelectric lighthouse is at max level. And the protector's field returns. So again, you'll want to repair it, but do not upgrade it. If you still haven't reached, if it's not level 10, I believe the first 10 levels you can still build with resources, iron, and food. So you'll want to upgrade those. But once it starts using seasonal resources, wait. Again, the priority is optoelectric lighthouse to max level, and then you worry about the other buildings. So just as we get ready for it and you head into it, a few things you'll want us to do. Make sure you kind of go light on Buster Day, as lack of fun as that's going to be, unless you've got lots of speed ups and you've got lots of diamonds and you're completely comfortable completely refilling your drill grounds. Because you'll be killing lots of troops in the early part of Season 4 as you go after Doom Elite first kills and World Zombie kills in order to get the seasonal resources that come with those. So remember, go light on Buster. It's going to be more important and more valuable in the long run to have a full drill grounds of troops than to have a bunch of points on Versus Day. And then once you kill Doom Elites, uh, you'll once you get the first kill reward for Doom Elites, you'll want to take out lower level Doom Elites. You'll want to verify this, but it is likely that after you get the first blood at each level from 1 to 60 on Doom Elites, they give the same resource result rewards, whatever the level is. So there's really no difference. Uh, at least there hasn't been in the past a difference if you kill a level 10 Doom Elite versus a level 40 Doom Elite. Just whatever you do, make sure it's for the purposes of maintaining your troops, either high levels because you want to kill troops or low levels because you don't want to kill troops. Now let's look at some of the new buildings. In here, as we talked about, the Quartz Workshop, you're going to have 4 of these, 5 of them if you get the weekly pass. These are the things that take stone, the base resource, that you then build, upgrade into quartz, or they create the quartz that you use to upgrade the optoelectric lab. As another reminder, just because people make this mistake every season, we want to make sure that everyone's starting out as strong as possible. Do not max out a single workshop. Only upgrade it to the point that you no longer need to, or that you unlock the next workshop, then raise that one until you unlock the third workshop, then unlock the fourth workshop. And then if you do have the weekly pass, then you can start upgrading the fifth workshop. But again, you always want to make sure that they're even and raised evenly throughout the season. And remember that if you upgrade the fifth workshop, but choose to not to continue with the weekly pass, you will lose access to the fifth workshop when that happens. And then the optoelectric lab is the one that gives virus resistance. And my recommendation for this, unless you absolutely are in a must-win position for VS, treat these as completely separate from VS. Do not wait to pop these buildings. Pop them as soon as possible so that you can start getting the additional rewards from them in terms of more quartz being produced and more virus resistance. So don't wait on these for a week and pop them all the next week. If you have a present that is a quartz workshop or an optoelectric lab, pop it. Now, the next ones we're looking at here are the lighthouse and the zombie power generators. You can have up to 4 zombie power generators eventually as you raise the level of the lighthouse. You do want to build this, but as we said earlier, but do not upgrade it past level 1. Leave it at level 1 until the optical electric lab is at level 30. Um, there will be events in game which will have your base attacked if you don't have enough light. So that's where this comes in. That'll be an effect that will become more readily apparent in game. It's a lot like the cold spells in, or the blizzards in Season 2. So there will be certain times you want to turn the lighthouse on, but I don't have that covered in depth in this overview. Just be aware that it's a mechanic we've already done. It's very similar. Just be smart about when you turn the lighthouse on. Don't leave it on all the time. The protected field come back. Again, we just finished this. You'll want to make sure that the protector's field's repaired. It'll be level 10, that's fine. But don't upgrade it past level 10 until the lighthouse is at level 30. And the lighthouse doesn't get upgraded until the optoelectric lab is at 30. Just another way to visualize the upgrade process. Stone builds workshops. Workshops give you quartz, which is used to build optoelectric labs. Use RSS to upgrade the lighthouse and protector's field if you have that available. Once they start taking seasonal resources, pause on those. And then we can see down below going through it. But just repeating the same concept again and again because it's a question that comes up constantly. What is the upgrade order? And the upgrade order is workshops and optoelectric lab first to max level, then lighthouse to max level, then protector's field to max level. Things to do when it comes to Doom Elites. So this is something you're going to do every day of the season, all 56 days. Hit your Doomwalker for first blood it as a level 190 or stronger Doomwalker. This is because 190 is where it maxes out at the amount of stone you can get per kill. If you hit a 160, you'll still get your purple survivor, but you'll lose out on some of the stone that you otherwise would have gotten if you went after a 190. So 190 is and greater across the 56 days with 4 Sundays with Doomsdays, giving you 2 additional First Bloods for Doomwalkers. That's over 13 million stone just from making sure you kill 190 Doomwalkers. That's enough to upgrade 2 of your workshops completely to max level without any other resources such as purchasing stone, the rewards from capturing cities, the stone you get from holding digs and things like that, strongholds, so all of those things. That just shows you how much value there is in making sure you're hitting what level 190 Doom Walkers and above every single day as your first kill. Now, when it comes to the Hero Return recruitment tickets, hopefully you've got hundreds, if not over 1,000 of these saved up. Use them on day one. Do not wait until Hero Day. As soon as the map resets, as the map has to reset, but once the map resets, use your Hero Return recruitment tickets. That's because each ticket has a 10% chance of giving you either stone, 1,000 stone, or 1,000 uh, quartz. So for every 100 tickets, that's 10,000 stone and 10,000 quartz. That really will help you in the first few days getting those buildings built up. By the end of the first week, you should stop using the hero return tickets and start saving those for season 5, if not before. Personally, I have almost 1,500 of them saved up. I'm going to use them on the first day and then start saving for season 5 from then on. And the reason for that is on day 1, 30,000 stone, 30,000 quartz is super valuable in terms of upgrading those key buildings, getting you a couple of early levels on your quartz workshops and optoelectric lab. But by the time it's starting to take 400,000, 500,000 stone or quartz to upgrade, you're just not going to get a lot. 1,000 more is not going to be a lot. So start saving them for the next season so you can get that massive burst at the start to really jumpstart your production of quartz and stone, which will allow you to get higher virus resistance level, which allows you to kill more Doom Elites faster, which allows you to then upgrade your stone and your quartz lab and your optoelectric lab faster, and it's just a cycle that continues. So by the end of the first week, at the absolute latest, stop using hero return recruitment tickets. Only use them in the first day or first week. Now, be vocal about asking for Doom Elite kills, but don't ask for bleeding edge. So if you're seeing the very strongest players in the Alliance killing a Doom Elite 30, don't ask for help killing a Doom Elite 30. Try asking for help for a Doom Elite 27. Uh, and the reason for that is those players will be offering to help you kill things that don't kill a lot of their troops, or should be available to help you kill things that don't kill a lot of their troops. But when they're attacking something, killing something that's a 30, at the very bleeding edge, 5 strong players could attack it, and the 5th player may be the one that actually gets the kill. So it's very important that costs a lot of troops. They go through a lot of troops really fast. So do be vocal and ask for help, but also be reasonable. Don't ask for the strongest player in your alliance to kill Doom Elites that they're at for you as well if you're a far less strong player. But again, do ask for help because we do want everybody to have their Doom Elite levels as high as possible to get the rewards. We just also need to manage troops because that's going to become important for capturing strongholds. So, first few weeks, quick overview. Obtain as much quartz as you can. This is through gaining as much stone as you can to creating the quartz workshop so that you can upgrade your optoelectric lab. Other options that don't include being paid for every time a stronghold or a city is a stronghold or a city is captured, there's rewards. The battle pass, even if you don't buy it, has rewards from completing the missions. So there's lots of other places. Doomwalker first kills are all places you can earn those rewards. So Go hard on anything that you can do in game that will give you stone and or quartz, so that you can upgrade these buildings. And then later on, you'll want to upgrade the lighthouse and the generators. And then after that's done, then the protector's fields. Now about some of the things that just change with every season. The seasonal base is the uh, doggo on the fire truck. And again, on this one, you can see that the benefit of having this base skin is your troops don't suffer the penalties from marching in the dark, which is something that happens if they are marching in a space that doesn't have light or there's not an electrician assigned to their squad. And we'll cover electricians in a moment, around a little bit later. And then you do a little more damage during the Blood Knight event. Um, and then obviously, if you see doggos, the riding fire trucks, click on them to get your speed ups. Uh, the Year of the Dragon decoration, base decoration, make sure you have it in base. It'll glow, light up, it'll do something fancy. But more importantly, uh, your your gold mine should produce 10% more by having this decoration. Sarah is the hero that goes UR in season 5 or season 4. This is the same thing that we go through every time. This happens in week 3. Wait until you upgrade her. Do not promote her until Thursday, because what you're going to want to do is throw all of your shards into her, all of your purple shards into her, and all of your skills medals into her, then upgrade her. And this allows you to double dip, because every shard that's on her wall of honor and every skill medal that she's already had assigned to her will be refunded back to you in the mail, and you'll be able to respend them to get her back up. Now, Sarah is a little different than some of the other heroes that have gone UR, in that if you run an air squad, she will, if you get her up to 5 stars right away and max out her skills, likely replace Morrison inside of your squad. Sarah is a relatively strong hero in season 4 and until Morrison gets up to speed with his EW in season 5 or later. So she will be useful as a mainline hero, replacing Morrison in your air squad if you run a Morrison in your air squad. Obviously, you want to play around those to see where this is, but once her wall of honor is 160, you'll have enough refunded shards to get her up to 5 star. So that should be your target by the 3rd week. Try to get her wall of honor to 160. She will, with max skills, she'll be really strong. Once she goes UR, you will use her continuously for code bosses, regardless of if you use her in your main squad or not, because one of her ability makes all of your air heroes hit zombies a lot harder, so she becomes super strong inside of air squads for code bosses. But again, Sarah's actually going to be a highly effective in this kind of the same way Scarlet is, in a very specific Scarlet Adam Murphy tank squad. Sarah in a pure air squad or a Murphy air squad that uses Morrison will be a strong replacement for Morrison until he gets his own exclusive weapon in season 5, and you get that exclusive weapon upgraded. Now, the order in which heroes get exclusive weapons has changed. Typically, it's gone tank, air, and then missile. We now see in season 5, Lucius Air is getting uh, his EW first, followed by Adam, the missile hero, followed by Williams, the tank hero, getting it last. And I might have the days messed up here. I thought I got them right, but usually it seems remembered on 3, 19, and 39. But as it is, again, promote them on Hero Day uh, so that you get the full versus score value of promoting heroes. So if you are able to, if you purchase the battle passes beforehand, just sit on them, don't promote them until Hero Day. Now, a few things that have changed: trading or returning trading posts are back. So this means not only the fights that happen every morning, far too early in the morning if you're on the West Coast, to maintain trading posts will be back, but also that you'll be able to go around and purchase from trading posts. Remember, with diamonds, remember that you want to purchase from trading posts that your alliance owns first, and if you still have diamonds and purchases left to spend, then look for trading posts owned by other alliances on your server or other alliances within your faction. Don't purchase from trading posts that are owned by faction alliances from other factions, such as when cross because trading posts can be fought. Even if they can't come over to capture land, they can come over to capture trading posts. You want to make sure you check the owner before you buy from a trading post. So electricians, I mentioned this a little bit earlier. As you level your lighthouse, you'll gain an power generator, up to 4 of them to power your lighthouse. So as your lighthouse levels, you unlock new zombie-powered generators. And with each one of those, you'll get an electrician. So you'll be able to get up to 4 electricians, I believe. These electricians can be assigned to squads or sent out to other bases to help them provide light for other bases. And there's a couple of things that can turn out the lights on bases. There's a profession ability that allows you to disable someone's lighthouse for 3 minutes if you successfully defeat their squads defending their wall. Um, so there's just a couple of things like that that can happen. Obviously, some of the events that come in that have night activities, if someone base is not lit up, you can send your electrician to help light them up. And if you have the right profession skills, you'll get profession experience for that. And then if you have an electrician assigned to squads, when you send those squads out to walk around the world map in the darkness, they won't suffer the debuffs. Otherwise, they'll suffer debuffs coming from that. So electricians will be super valuable as you go through the map, both for your own squads and then also for certain types of activities. So look for more for that in game when you have a chance to start using those electricians. The Alliance Wars are the Copper Wars. There's not a whole lot here. The key thing is when the Alliance hub is built up to a high enough level, it will start generating quartz for all members of the Alliance, oil for all members of the Alliance, and Magadatama, or I said that wrong, Magatama uh, items as well, which are a currency for the thing that replaces the Desert Bazaar. So you'll just want to make sure that you're doing everything you can to help your alliance capture land as quickly as possible. So your alliance center gets leveled as high as possible because as soon as you start uh, producing quartz and oil, obviously that's a massive benefit for you. So doing everything you can do to help the alliance obtain copper early in the season is going to be beneficial to you as well. Virus resistance. So here's something to go into a little more. It's not something I've covered in depth in the past, but I want to go into it so people understand how virus resistance works and the impacts and who gets what virus resistance. You have a virus resistance, world zombies have a virus level. If your virus resistance is less than 60% of their virus level, say for example they have a virus level of 5,000 and you have a virus resistance of 3,000, let's say 2,800 because that's less than 60%, you will lose. There's just no way to win. That's just the way the game is set. So even early on, when there's the zombie strength is only like 4 million, and you've got a squad of 60 million, you'll still lose because that's kind of the gating mechanic that's built into the game. I believe it appears to have been the case in previous seasons. I believe that's going to be the case in this season as well. So just be aware that you want to make sure that that number is above 60%, and we'll go into why uh, a little bit later, a little bit more about that. Virus resistance comes from the optoelectric lab, which is why that's critical to upgrade as quick as possible. You also get a very small boost from the lighthouse, not enough to make the lighthouse worth upgrading before the optoelectric lab. The optoelectric lab is going to give between 2 and 400 or between 1 and 400 virus resistance per level. That's where you're going to get the overwhelming majority of your virus resistance. It is the most important building. The lighthouse will give up to 150 bonus virus resistance at max level, but that's obviously a fraction of the amount that a single level will give of the optometric lab, and you've got to upgrade the lighthouse to basically max before you can get to that bonus. So again, do not upgrade the lighthouse at the cost of the optoelectric lab. Optoelectric lab to max first, no matter what. So how does virus resistance work? Well, there's two things that happen. For every percent of virus resistance that you have that's less than the zombie's virus load, you deal an equal percent less damage. So if you have 80% of your virus resistance is 80% of the virus load, you'll deal 80% of your regular damage to the zombies. Conversely, I think it's about 4 times. It might even be more than that. Zombies will deal 4 times the percent difference of damage to you, if not more. So that means that same one, if you have 80%, that those zombies could be dealing 320% additional damage to you. No, that's not. Math is hard right now. 20% times 480. That's wrong. It's got to be a lot more than that. Anyway, like I have seen upwards of zombies dealing 2,000% more damage because of the virus resistance difference. So mostly when what we're shown in game is that you deal 80% of your damage and then the zombie kills you and you wonder why. Well, it's because the game doesn't show you. You have to dig into the combat log to see that not only are you only dealing 80% of your damage, the zombies are also dealing X% more damage. And it's a massive amount. So just be aware that's why if you have a 60 million squad and you're dying at against a zombie squad that you have enough virus resistance theoretically, and you're even if you're only dealing 60% of the damage, you defeat them significantly and they beat you. It's because they're also dealing a whole lot more damage. Doomwalkers. Don't worry about Doomwalkers. Like I said, always go after 190s or higher. That's because Doomwalkers don't have virus levels, so you're always safe to hit Doomwalkers, just base attacks. Rallies. So to understand how rallies work, rallies use the virus resistance of the leader, unless or except for individuals who have a virus resistance that is higher. So if the leader has a virus resistance of 5,000, all the three of the members joining have virus resistances of 3,000, and one individual has 6,000. The leader and the three with lower virus resistance will all use the leader's 5,000 virus resistance level. But that one individual is 6,000, they will on their own use 6,000 for that fight. So you are not hurt by joining a rally. It's not like you will have lower virus resistance by joining a rally, but you won't give it to everybody else in the rally either. It's the rally leader's virus resistance that impacts anyone who is lower than the rally leaders. Now, the first level 1 and level 2 strongholds, I think typically most anybody can attack, but once you start getting into level 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10s, it becomes much harder and you have much bigger casualties as the virus resistance levels ramp up quickly, which has led to a situation where typically we only ask that the biggest and strongest players join rallies to attack the strongholds. Uh, that's because the mechanics of the game, and again, this is not because we're trying to be elitist or anything else like that, it's simply the mechanics of the game. The mechanics of the game are a stronghold has X squads of zombies defending it. Every time you kill a squad of zombies, it goes down by X%. If you don't kill a squad of zombies, that squad of zombies returns back to full strength. So if 5 players join the rally, 4 of them strong, 1 of them not, the 4 strong players each kill a squad of zombies, and the 5th player does not, you only get credit for those 4 squads that actually died. Uh, which means that in that situation, now you have to send another rally that still has that squad that should have died if a stronger player had joined. So when we ask weaker players, less strong players, not to join rallies against strongholds once they become difficult, it's not because we're trying to gatekeep. It's not because we're trying to limit who can attack. It's simply the mechanics of the game mean that by only having the strongest player join those rallies, then it will take fewer attacks. The strong players will have fewer troops die, which will leave them with more troops to be able to help capture other strongholds, as well as run Doom Elite rallies to help carry you to Doom Elite kills you otherwise normally wouldn't be able to do either. So again, please understand that it is the mechanic of the game that if you do not kill the squad, then you don't get credit for killing it and you have to go back through it. The fewer attacks that we need to run, the fewer troops get killed, the better it is for the Alliance. Also, when it comes to strongholds, cities are different. Cities are pretty much free game. Anybody can attack a city. But when it comes to strongholds, you don't get credit for attacking the stronghold. There's no reward for durability damage or anything like that. It's only garrisoning the stronghold. That's why we cycle everybody in after 10 seconds. So get in the stronghold, sit there for 10 seconds, leave the stronghold so someone else can come and get their credit for garrisoning the stronghold, which is the capture bonus. So, but even by not having you attack the stronghold, if you're not as strong of a player, it's not hurting you because it's just allowing because you go in and you get your benefit from garrisoning the stronghold. Um, all right, so just as a heads up, it may be insulated and people don't realize it, but the first few weeks of the season, the biggest players in the alliance lose hundreds of thousands of troops because they are basically, in many cases, 4 out of 5 bigs will attack a bleeding edge Doom Elite, and 4 of the 5 bigs attacking it will die. It's the fifth one that actually kills it. That's 800 troops killed right there, just in that single attack. More than that, probably. 1,000 troops killed right there. That eats into their drill grounds very quickly. So just be aware that we're trying to manage troops as well in order to move into the map as quickly as possible, because most of our rewards are going to come from capturing strongholds, capturing cities, which give rewards to every member of the alliance, far greater than what we get from Doom Elites. But then also upgrading by capturing those as quickly as possible, we upgrade the Alliance Center as quickly as possible as well, which then also gives you quartz and oil as valuable resources. So we want to upgrade that as quickly as possible as well, which means capturing land as quickly as possible. But again, if you're seeing the bigs killing Doom Elites 38, it should be perfectly fine to ask for help for a 34, 35. If bigs are offering 36s or 37s, jump on it. We do want to make sure everyone feels comfortable asking for help. Just be aware that not everybody is going to be able to ask for bleeding edge Doom Elite kills. And then we cover the rest of it. The faster we capture, the more resources we get. So again, it really is just how the game is set up. We're trying to manage as an alliance how quickly we move across the map, because that gets everyone in the alliance far more rewards than if we spend a lot of time trying to get everyone max level Doom elite kills or let everyone have attacks on the strongholds. Professions. All right, so professions are undergoing a massive change in season 4 in that the level cap's 100. So if you've already hit level 100 as a profession, you're not going to level up your profession anymore. You'll have the same number of points to spend among all of the skills. The skills all mostly are the same. There's some new seasonal skills. So that's not changing anything. What is changing is once you hit level 100, any profession experience you gain, I am 95% sure, becomes tactical fragments, which are then used for upgrading the tactics cards that we're going to talk about later on in the presentation. But that just goes to show you that you want to get to level 100 if you're not. You want to push hard to get the profession level as high as you can, but then you want to continue acting as if you're trying to level your profession as hard as possible, because that's going to reward you with tactical fragments. And tactical fragments are going to be what you're going to use as one of the mechanisms to upgrading your tactics cards, which are going to be a key source of power and strength for you in season 4, season 5, and season 6 and onward. So still, push hard on professions, try and get them as high as you can. If you're not 100, that's fine. Push to 100 as quickly as you can, and then you'll start earning those tactical fragments. And then, as again, the seasonal profession skills, the green ones on the right side are still the most valuable. So day one, as soon as the map transitions, resetting your professions before you go out and start attacking zombies, you start building buildings. You're going to want to do that because you want to get some of those seasonal professions before you start gaining the experience of attacking zombies and building buildings. So what are those? So the must-haves, and early on, like day one, you want building inspiration maxed out, combat experience maxed out, and profession insights maxed out. That's because these three give you more experience for activities or things you're doing every day. So You're building buildings, you're going to get more profession experience, which is either going to get you to 100 faster or is going to start generating more tactical fragments. Combat experience, same thing, but this time for killing world zombies. Professional insights is 10%, gives you X amount of experience, what your maximum amount is every day, which is a huge buff. So you'll want to use those three to help you level your profession faster. Also, top up XP as you get more electricians. There's going to be activities they can do that will earn your electrician's professional experience as well. So top up XP is another good one to use when you have access to it. And you'll have an electrician from the start or very early on because you'll have a lighthouse from the start. Double exchange is super valuable. The reason for this is at max level, you can turn 25,000 stone into 50,000 quartz once every 2 days. That is a massive bonus, a massive buff, and is going to be super valuable in helping you upgrade your optometric lab quickly because it's kind of bypasses the entire uh, upgrading the quartz material. So it's just a good way to get additional resources really faster because you're turning two or one into two, or in this case, 25,000 into 50,000 at level 3. So double exchange is also a must-have, super valuable. Situational trade discount. If you don't buy from the trading posts ever, it's not valuable at all. If you do buy from the trading posts, it reduces the amount of gems or the cost in gems by 10%. So it's a way to help you stretch your gems going further. Contaminated land is a good skill to have early in the season as we're trying to move around a lot because it will allow you to teleport into the contaminated land of strongholds and other locations and cities early on, allowing you to save advanced teleporters and alliance teleporters by using a profession skill that regenerates every 48 hours or whatever it does. So that's going to be super valuable. Um, Once we get into the alliance wars, fragile spell is something that could be very valuable because it means that if you're attacking somebody with protectors and you break through their defenses, you deal an additional 1,000 durability up to 5,000 durability, which means 2 hits could ash someone if you send 2 protector squads and win. So that's going to be super valuable for things like going after warlords launching missiles. If you have a strong squad that's able to break through, if you send a protector rally and it gets through, you're dealing 6,000 durability damage, your base 1,000 plus the 5,000 from this, which allows you to break through very quickly. So that's going to be a very strong uh, ability if you use protectors in alliance wars. And then electrician rally call, I don't know exactly what it does. It's one of these things where it says something, you read it, then it doesn't make sense because you haven't used it yet, but it is an option for electricians, which is probably useful if you need a lot of light very quickly. Other situational abilities, flare, this is sort of the heat bomb that was available in season 2, or the make bomb land green, the greenify bomb thing that was in there. But this lights up uh, it says a 9 tile radius, so that would be a center tile plus 4 on each side. So that's going to be like a 5 by 5, no, 9 by 9 grid. Uh, with light, which is going to be used to identify the sphinxes and some other things that are in there. The sphinxes have become sushi shops, and so you'll try and find those inside of there. Lightfall is an ability, again, PvP focus, where you attack somebody. If you beat them, you turn off their lighthouse. It's very useful in PvP, so you'll want to be aware of that, especially if during Alliance Wars or if you're in Buster Day and you're fighting a lot. It could be a very useful ability for weakening your opponents. Disruption Mine is just this season's seasonal mine. Omni Summon, I don't know what it does, but it's going to be useful for something during the Blood Night. And Blood Night looks like it's going to be an activity that a lot of players are going to be active with, so maybe save a point, maybe not necessarily put it in right away, but that's one to keep your eye on because that could be valuable going forward. Then there are 3 abilities for Blood Knight. Uh, the first 2, Blood Knight Hunter, I think you have to take in order to take part in Blood Knight. And then Blood Knight Hunter Teleport. Basically, you have to take this if you want to succeed in Blood Knight Hunter. Because in Blood Knight, apparently you can't use advanced teleporters or alliance teleporters, so you can only use the Blood Knight Hunter teleport. Otherwise, you're stuck wherever you are. And there's going to be reasons to move through all the different servers, especially if you're a stronger player for Blood Knight Hunter for the Blood Knight event. But we're not going far into Blood Knight. We're just talking about it very superficially, just being aware that that's a value of that skill. Hunting inspiration then gives you more profession experience for, and this is important, if you're not a super active attacking PvPer, it's not going to have a lot of value, but each hunter you eliminate. So in Blood Knight, and this is getting jumping out a little ahead, during the event, if you're defeated in battle 3 times defending your base, you're out of the event. So if you're the person that gets the third hit on somebody to kick them out of the event, then you get profession XP bonuses from this. So if you're not an aggressive PvPer, but you're going to take part in Blood Knight, this is not going to be very valuable to you. If you're an aggressive PvPer that's going to be hunting for people you can knock out of Blood Knight, this is going to be an important way to get profession XP, which is going to get you up to 100 if you're not there yet, and then creating tactical fragments. And then the meme. Every season there's a meme skill. I don't recommend taking this, but if you do, it's the same one from season 3. You shrink the size of the enemy base. Okay, season 4, the Desert Bazaar changes from into the Magatama shop. And it's got new resources. Again, early in the season, the things you're going to want to buy are going to be the quartz and the stone, anything that you have in there. And then the things that are hard to get. So tactics cards are going to be super valuable. Anything you can get for the gorilla is going to be super valuable. Stay away from buying speed ups and RSS boxes. Those are things you can consider to purchasing at the end of the season if you still have Magatama tokens available. But you're really going to be focusing, especially early on buying any quartz and stone if they're available. And buy those out immediately as soon as you can afford to. And then the others are going to be valuable as you go in. This Magatama shop is available for the full 8 weeks. It'll disappear on the 56th day. With some things end after 7 weeks, but this is here through the full 8 weeks. Restocks with weekly reset. And you're going to gain these skills. First kills, first bloods, I should say, I believe, give these as rewards. Seasonal goals can give these as rewards. Killing Omni General and Omni Wagons, which are events that happen on the world map that I think are triggered by finding sushi shops. Potentially other things are another thing that can go through there. So there's different ways, but as you find ways of getting those, you'll want to get those tokens because that's going to be able to get you a lot of things to purchase that are going to be valuable. The Desert Rune radar mission, where you Indiana Jones it, is changing into the Zakaya bar. Uh, Not much to say here. It's a radar mission. You're going to get one of these a day. Every time you roll the dice, it's an increasingly chance of failure. You can leave any time before rolling the dice with the current rewards. I would personally recommend you just roll until you fail or you reach the very end. The very end is one of the only ways you can get season medals outside of the uh, seasonal rewards. You don't get a lot, but you do get some. It's 3 or 6 or whatever it is. So it is one of the few ways you can get those. And typically, the other resources below the last 2 levels are speed ups and RSS, which are nice, but the last 2 levels are what give you EWs, and the last level gives you and seasonal medals. So I would recommend just trying to get to the end. And you're probably only going to do it 2 or 3 times of the season, but it's going to end up with more valuable resources than the whatever the volume of uh, speed ups in RSS you could have walked away with otherwise. Don't listen to the value in diamonds. The game lies to you. That's just another way it lies to you. The most valuable things you can get are the last two tokens or the last two levels, and the last one is the one that gives you the most valuable returns. The new dog event slash desert artifact event is the Manaki Neko, which is a thing where you locate it, you light it up either through the flare, through electricians, going to the location with your squad, or by moving your base, teleporting your base next to it and turning on your lighthouse. So different ways you can illuminate it, and then that just becomes the new sushi restaurant. So instead of sphinxes, you're uncovering the sushi restaurants. I think what will happen is it will trigger uh, Omni Generals. You kill those, you get rewards. Something similar to that. I'm not 100% sure. We're going to have to see how that plays out. But just be aware sushi bars are going to be something we're going to all be looking for. Um, and then there's this skill thing. Maybe you don't do boss. This is again, I'm sorry, this is a spot where the information was confusing. I haven't actually seen it, so I'm trying my best to explain it. Something I haven't seen yet. Um, the restaurant boss may just be mahjong. So each one of these, there were 10. You could get rewards from 10 sphinxes in season 3. You can only get rewards, I believe, from 10 sushi restaurants in season 4. But what those rewards are, you've got to go through and play this mini game of Mahjong. If you've never played Mahjong, there's a bunch of free versions of it. You can find games online. But Last War Tutorial, the YouTube channel, apparently has a full playlist of all the different levels if you want to see how it goes. But basically, it's just a tile matching game, and here you can see on the screen the light colored ones are the tiles you can click, the dark colored ones are blocked until the tiles above them are removed. Typically, there's 4 of each type of tile, and you're trying to match them up. So you'll just want to make sure you can try and remove them as much as possible without getting blocked. All right, tactics cards. This is an overview. There's way too much to go into. This is just going to give you an overview. As we get further into the season and it starts to get some experience with it, we may come out with a much better review of it. But tactics cards can be obtained by anyone in Season 4. It does not matter what profession level you're at. However, to use tactics cards, you must be profession level 80. I believe everyone in the Alliance is profession level 80, or at least close to it. So you just want to try and get 280 if you're not as the first step, so that you can start using your tactics cards. Once you hit level 100, then you start generating the tactical fragments. So, as we talked about earlier, you'll want to, if you're not level 100, push hard to 100 so you start generating the tactical fragments, because you'll be able to upgrade your tactics cards with these. So, a few things right now I'm going to recommend at the very beginning. Don't recycle any tactics cards you get, even though that's going to be a source of tactical fragments by recycling them. The reason is there's just too many things we don't know yet, we don't have enough experience with, to understand what's good and what's bad. So there may be a time down the road where you do recycle certain tactics cards, but I would not recommend recycling any at the start. Never recycle your gold or core tactics cards. Those persist between seasons. The battle and the resource tactic cards, those recycle at the end of every season, and you'll want to manually recycle them, I think, on day 56. But the big thing, there's 3 types. There's core, like we talked about. Those are the UR battle or tactics cards. There's 10 of them, I believe, if I recall correctly. Those will persist between seasons, so once you get them, you basically have them for the duration of the rest of the game. And then there are battle cards and resource cards, and those are seasonal. They change every season. As far as how you use them, you will assign 10 cards at any given time as active cards. These cards will always be in the combination of 2 core cards, 4 battle cards, and 4 resource cards. You can't have all 10 core cards active at once. You can only have 2 core cards active, 4 battle cards, and 4 resource cards. But you can mix and match these resource cards as you want. So if you've got a whole bunch, or if you're going out and harvesting resources from the world map, you'll want to swap out all your tactics cards to give you more bonuses when you're harvesting world resources. If it's Buster Day and you're doing a lot of fighting, you'll want to readjust your tactics card so that it's optimized for PvP. If it's gold zombies, you're going to want to optimize your tactics card so that you are focusing on zombies and world monsters. You can adjust your tactics cards at any time as long as all of your squads are at your base. That's a limitation. If you have a squad out harvesting and you've got 3 squads home or 2 squads home, you've got to wait until that squad out harvesting comes back before you can swap out your tactics cards. But there's no cost, as far as I'm aware, swapping out tactics cards, and it's encouraged that you adjust your tactics cards as you go based on what the activities are that you are participating in. Um, each tactics card will have a main attribute, that's the thing that defines what the card is, and then 3 random attributes. Not all the random attributes are equally valuable. Some of them are pretty garbage, some of them are pretty strong. So what may happen is you end up with a a tactics card that you even leveled up a couple of levels, and then you get a different card that has better random attributes with the same core ability. So in that case, you might recycle the first card so that you can use those resources to upgrade the second card that you just got with better core abilities. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but that's just an example where you might want to recycle uh, down the road once we understand the process better. But just be aware that even though you have 2 cards that have the same core ability, they may have one may be significantly better for you than another one because of the random attributes that are available. As you can see, there's attributes that give you bonuses in PvP battle, attributes that give you bonuses to certain hero types. So if your strongest squad is a tank squad and you get a card with a whole bunch of bonuses to missiles, it's not super valuable for you, so you may not want to use it. There may be a candidate down the road for merging into a better card or recycling. We'll get into merging in a second. Or things like boost load capacity, which is pretty useless. uh, Gathering marching speed, which may or may not be valuable. It's a little nice during zombie events, but whatever it is. As you can see here, just going through the list, there's some things that jump out to you as, oh, I would really like that, and other things you're like, yeah, that doesn't give me a lot. So just be aware that just because you get a card, you may even replace it with the same card just because the new version of that card has better uh, random re, uh, random attributes at the bottom. Um, so again, we're not getting into this too much, but that means that you upgrade tactics cards like decorations. You can either merge multiple copies of the same card together to upgrade that card, or you can use tactical fragments like the universal upgrade or the universal shards for decorations. So that's how they get stronger. And as tactics cards get stronger, they unlock new abilities, sort of like skill chips. So as you make a card stronger, it's going to pack more of a punch as you level it up. And then finally, how do you get tactical fragments cards? Earning profession XP once you're level 100. Different activities will reward tactical fragments or even tactics cards. Obviously, this is a pay to win game, so there's ways to spend money to buy more, and this mantling cards will give you uh, tactical fragments as well. And again, we'll want to verify this before the end of the season, but I'm pretty sure this is accurate. At the end of the season, if you leave your tactics cards, they get recycled into profession XP at a very poor rate. But if you recycle them into tactical fragments, I believe you get to keep all of those tactical fragments. So on day 56, the Sunday before the season ends, that's the day that likely everyone will probably want to dismantle all of their battle and resource, but not core. Again, you never dismantle core tactics cards for the tactical fragments. But again, that's a question to ask again towards the end of the season as we get close to the end of the season to make sure we get that covered and clearly set up. Blood Knight overview. Okay, so the big part is this is a PvP event. Now it's not that scary. You're not going to get ashed 37 million times like Warzone. You have to be unshielded. So it's not like Warzone where you can be shielded on the outside and send squads on 18-minute marches towards the capital. But it's also not like Warzone that you get, some massive guy is going to sit next to you and hit you 10 times, completely draining your droll rounds and wiping out all of your troops. You basically have 3 lives in Blood Knight. During Blood Knight, if someone attacks you and they breach your defenses, you lose one of those lives. They breach you 3 times, then you've lost all of your lives, and you're out of the event. So you will have some troops that die because they breached your walls and killed some of your troops in your drill ground. But really, at this point, you probably are not going to have any troops die on the walls themselves. They're just all going to go to the hospital, unless the hospital overflows, and then they're going to die from that standpoint. So the big thing here is, yes, you will have some troops that die, but you're not going to have that many. It's so this is something that whether you're going to just try and run around the base or run around the map and teleport around and avoid trying to be hit and all that fun jazz, uh, or you're going to go out and attack people, everyone should take part in this, because it basically is just free resources. If you survive for 7 minutes, you maximize your individual resources or individual rewards of the event, because the how long you last in the 30-minute event is how you maximize your individual rewards. And then there are ranking rewards at the end. So if you last the longest and you kill the most people, you get rewards from that as well. But your goal should be last for 7 minutes, which you should be able to do pretty easily by teleporting around the map, by position yourself where it takes long marches for people to get to you. So it just takes a minute for their soldiers to even get to you to be able to hit you. And you're going to lose some troops. Some troops are going to die, but it is a very low cost PvP experience for the chances to get rewards that include tactics cards. So I strongly recommend that you take part in this event. I believe there's one of these a week or every few days. I'm not sure exactly how it is. It's not every day. There are 3 versions of it or 3 occurrences of it every time it happens. Kind of like Winter Storm, there's 3 different times that it takes part in. They're half an hour, I believe. You'll want to try to be there at the start of the event, because if you're there at the start, then you have a much better chance of lasting for the full 7 minutes to maximize your individual rewards. If you come in at 25 minutes, you're only going to be able to get 5 minutes, the reward for lasting 5 minutes if you survive to the end. But do strongly consider taking part in this. I would highly recommend that everyone take part in this as much as they can. It's not going to happen all the time. But when it does happen, you're also not going to have yourself zeroed out because a TMAC clone comes over and hits you 3 times and wipes you out, or hits you a million times and wipes you out. They may be able to hit you 3 times, and they may kill some troops in the drill grounds, but they're not going to completely zero out your troops. Just only have your top squad or 2 on the walls so that you everyone goes to the hospital rather than dying, so you don't overflow your hospital. But that's going to be a very strong way of going through it. But Blood Knight, do take part. That's the bottom line. All right, seasonal doom elites and little zombies. Just a first few couple of things here. The little zombies, you get to choose the type you attack. In past seasons, there have been 3 different types. You've had to attack all 3 to get the seasonal first kill rewards. So kill an air squad level 1 for seasonal rewards, kill a zombie missile squad for level 1 for seasonal rewards, etc. Now you just get to pick one. So if you've got a tank squad, you're going to kill missile zombies. If you've got an air squad, you're going to kill tank zombies. If you've got a tank squad, you're going to kill missile zombies. I just said that. If your best squad is a missile squad, you're going to kill air zombies. And it's going to be less stressful to get to the top level and kill the top ones. Doom Elites, first kills are critical, like we say in here, but once you get those first kills, in the past season, it didn't matter. Once you got your first kill of a certain level than if you kept killing high level or low level. The rewards tended to be the same. So right now, Doom Elites outside of season, if you kill level 5 or level 35, the rewards for the 35 are much higher than level 5. But it in season 3, it didn't really matter, and it may be the same in here. So when you go after Doom Elites, when you're trying to use stamina up for arms race or other activities, just check the rewards that come in the mail and then make the level decision based on what your goal is. If you want to kill troops, go after a Doom Elite that you can kill yourself, but it's going to kill some of your troops so that you're draining your drill grounds, so that you're creating space to train more troops. Or if you want to maintain those troops, kill a lower level Doom Elite that's not going to kill any of your troops so that you don't have any impact to your drill grounds. The rewards will largely be the same. Season Battle Pass. This has been something we haven't focused on in the past, but I do want to bring up. You don't have to buy the season battle passes to gain the rewards from it. Season battle passes have a free column and they have different missions. So go in there and look at those missions. Some of them are like kill 30 world zombies, kill 60 world zombies, kill 120 world zombies, kill 150 world zombies. Those cost stamina, not anything else. But if you kill those, you get those points towards working your way down the battle pass rewards. And so even though you don't have access to all the rewards, you'll have access to that free column. And if you can go through and complete those missions as quickly as possible, the ones that are available for you to complete, that you can reasonably complete, that just means that many more hero recruitment tickets, profession experience books, um, and stone and quartz you'll get as rewards as quickly as possible. So do go into the battle pass, even if you're free to play. Look at what those missions are. Find out which ones you can do and do as many of them as possible in order to get the most out of the free column of the seasonal battle pass. And if you do buy the entire battle pass, same thing, you're just going to be able to work down through the battle pass that much faster. And that is it for now. That was a lot of information that we covered here and captured for our information going forward. We'll have a couple of workshops and different discussions and activities later on, and there will be other videos that come out, other information that comes out. But again, if you need clarification, we'll try to answer once we get into season. Obviously, some things will be clear. I haven't played season 4 before, so everything here is my best attempt at gathering information from different sources on the web and putting it before you in a as clear and concise manner as possible, even though you got to deal with me talking and I ramble a little bit like I'm doing right now, but you're done for now. So there we go. That is the end of the overview of season 4, and good luck and kill lots of zombies.